folks, Matt from Printavo here today right before the Long Beach trade show opens up. We are super excited about it. Obviously haven't had it happened in 2 years now, so since 2020. So we're back, we're ready to rock and show some fun stuff. Obviously in the booth here, we're gonna be showing off our power scheduler, brand new, literally being released today. So we're gonna be definitely showcasing that at the booth, super excited about it. Let's kind of take a walk and see what other fun stuff I'm personally excited about seeing, and that way in the comments later on we can hear what things you found to be the most exciting things at the show. So let's go. All right, well, first and foremost, obviously, we've got the equipment manufacturers. Always exciting to see equipment manufacturers when we're at these shows. Now, this show, unfortunately, did suffer some pretty massive losses with vendors as well as attendees because of COVID. But still super lucky to have a lot of the big players still here. Rock is one of those. Always exciting to see what Rock's working on, what kind of equipment they're showcasing. They're doing a lot of digital stuff. So if we go over here, we can actually see they're getting ready to set up their fully digital machine. So this is what looks to me like it's an oval machine that has digital printers. I'm assuming one's doing a white and one's doing a color. I'm gonna be for sure taking a look at this machine later on, seeing what its capacity can do, how many units an hour can do. It's definitely exciting seeing the digital age continue to show itself in the screen printing world. So super stoked about that. Obviously we got these folks over here, Seps.io. Gavin's a buddy, fantastic human being. Great art supplying service. There's obviously a couple of those here, so I'm stoked for Seps.io and the other folks are doing the similar things in the industry too. Very helpful, worth checking all those guys out. Let's keep walking. All right, so again, like I mentioned, we definitely love coming to the show to see a lot of the manufacturers. Over here we can see Bearden. Bearden's one of the main manufacturers of very popular screen printing equipment. Embroidery equipment. It's been a long morning already. Very popular embroidery equipment. So definitely gonna be looking at them. And for me personally, I'm not super versed in embroidery. So I love coming to these shows, kind of looking around, having them show me things that I don't really understand fully, so I can kind of put those pieces together in my head. So always fun to come to the shows to learn things outside of your scope, even if I'm not going to pick up an embroidery machine anytime soon, but it still helps me to be educated to know more about that process. So obviously another big thing I kind of mentioned a little earlier is the digital revolution, right? A lot of digital coming out. So we see over here these Ricos doing direct to garment, DTG. DTG is definitely still growing and emerging year over year. Being able to get these vibrant prints all off of one machine without having to have a large footprint screen printing machine, all that. A little bit different of an actual hand and process, and has some pros and cons depending on like kind of garments you want to go to, things like that, but at a reasonable price you can get into DTG and you can make some really excellent stuff. So definitely excited to see what's new with DTG this year too. All right, so already ran into some friends, the great folks at PMI. One of my favorite tapes, I think the favorite tape of the industry, to be honest, all the different application tapes. So I'm always stoked to see friends I have in the industry and talk to them. I'm curious, what are you folks interested in seeing at the show this year?
You know, we're just excited to get back out and see everybody, just the people, since it's been 2 years since the last show that we've done. And this kind of seems like the first one that people are getting back out to, so.
Getting the feet wet, going back in.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little bummed, obviously a lot of the big players kind of pulled out, attendance kind of dropped a bit too, but I think you're right. It's all about like, let's just get back in there and like get that community built up again.
Yeah.
I think it's been strong virtually this whole pandemic, but nothing beats being in person. I mean, that's always, people ask like, what show should I go to? Well, it's always this one. And is it, okay, well, who are you there to see? I'm there to see the people. That's like the biggest, biggest thing,
I know,
right?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm stoked for you guys. I appreciate you guys spending a minute with us.
Yeah.
Definitely check out the PMI booth if you're here. And if you haven't heard of them, definitely check out their product too. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah,
appreciate it. Yeah.
Appreciate it. All right, so like I said, manufacturers, not always talking about hardware, talking about the screen printing presses, the embroidery machines, also talking about manufacturers of the apparel, right? So coming to these shows to get hands-on, to actually feel the different types of apparel, look at the sizing, understand that. You can kind of look at the entire digital catalog in person by hand. That definitely pays off when it comes to helping figure out what your customers are gonna want. So coming to these shows to get hands-on, talking to the reps of the actual manufacturers of all these different products, very, very helpful. Love seeing these booths. All right, so besides the thing I'm excited the most about, which is Printavo's Power Scheduler, the next thing I'm excited the most about at this show is learning more about DTF, which he's excited about it too, right? But learning more about DTF. That stands for direct to film. So DTF printing, that stands for direct to film. So we already know DTG, direct to garment, which can go directly onto the garment. Price points to entry on that are usually around $30K. Direct to film, there's price points as low as $3,000 and all the way up. For like $50,000, $60,000, you're gonna be at like a very large scale, and you can produce direct to film transfers that work on any garment type. This is definitely emerging over the last year and a half, really getting popular. I'm really excited to learn more about it and kind of see where the industry's gonna take it. So definitely keeping an eye out for DTF, direct to film. And of course, more on the consumable side. I'm always stoked to come to the shows and talk to the manufacturers of the products that I like to use. If it's tape that we're talking about, or if it's gonna be screen printing ink. It's always great to come to the shows, talk to the fantastic people, learn more about the products you're currently using and the products you're not yet using. They'll let you know how you can use it to benefit your customers. Definitely make sure to come chat with your reps about your inks. So that was a few of the favorite things I'm looking forward to at the show this year. Definitely make sure that you can come to one of these shows, see what you want to see, talk to people, and definitely make sure to network. One of the biggest things I've said a couple times is talking to the people here. It's worth it every single time. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite thing about these conferences are, or what you think would be the best thing in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks a lot.